They got into the car right away because it's very cold. Zhang Yi explains that they're on a mission to save a girl in a college far from here. Curious, Chun asks if she's important to him, and the protagonist says yes, it's something like that. We know what really convinced him wasn't the request from his wives that made him change his mind, but the fact that this girl knows a lot about computers at this moment when he needs someone to keep his mansion safe from hacker attacks. They speed up, and along the way, Zhang Yi gets annoyed with the otaku's conversation about a girl from the village who's in love with him, but doesn't have the courage to confess to him. Should he do it for her? To change the subject, Zhang Yi asks what the people in the village think about him cooperating with the enemy. Chun doesn't know how to respond. The situation isn't good. The protagonist clearly knows that his people don't like him having contact with those who killed half of their population, but he doesn't say anything about it. After a while, they finally meet the third member of the trio, Uncle Yu, who arrives on his snowmobile, saying it's been a long time since he's seen his nephew. He shows how healthy he is. His uncle exercises with his wife every day. Zhang Yi introduces the two who haven't met yet and tells them about each other's abilities. One of them is super strong and regenerates. The other can control snow in various ways. At first, the atmosphere is strange. A former army veteran, a recluse otaku, and a cheeky teenager who is our protagonist. This group would never have met in the normal world, but now they're going to work together on a rescue mission. Uncle asks what their mission is. Calling 3 awakened ones means it must be something very complex. Zhang Yi replies that it's not. It's just a simple rescue. The only complication is that there might be a fierce monster in the region where they're going now. The chubby one gets very scared and asks what kind of monster they'll face. So Zhang Yi affirms that just as they turned into mutants with powers, animals may have also turned into mutants. He doesn't know what this creature is like. Maybe they're humans in the form of monsters, or monsters in the form of humans. Uncle Yu says if Zhang Yi says they can, then they can. He agrees and says that with the 3 of them together, nothing can stop them. After taking the ice road and driving, we see the old location of Tianqing Academy. Soon, we see the situation of the survivors from the academy. They're trapped in a gymnasium. Other students revolt against Shinshin and ask, after so many died, how did she, being wheelchair-bound, manage to survive? She who is dragging others to death is a burden. They shout because they need to protect a disabled person. Others only wonder how they can live longer, while others mourn the deaths of those who have already passed away. One of the students noticed that Shinshin didn't show sadness or remorse for those who died, and points to her asking why she's still alive. The teacher shouldn't be helping her. She's dead weight. Some students discuss whether they should sacrifice her the next time the monster attacks. The bespectacled student agrees, saying they've already protected her enough. The other student ends the discussion, saying that's not the issue. The teacher doesn't leave anyone behind, so there's no point in discussing it. She's the one who protects them. Then, one of the students goes to Shinshin, who is far away from them. The girl approaches and coldly tells Shinshin that she should go to hell alone if the teacher won't let her go. Everyone shouldn't have the burden of carrying her. Crying, she doesn't respond. All the students behind her agree and shout from afar that she really should do it. The only person against it is her best friend, who steps forward, saying she has nothing to do with it. No one helped her. She was the only one who carried her friend around. The rich girl's argument is that she shouldn't speak up or say anything because she's rich, and the girl in front of her is just a poor person who got into college on a scholarship. Her friend says that everyone is equal and has the same rights. However, the arrogant girl argues that no, they will never be equal. She is richer and more powerful. She is more important. Shinshin only has any value because she comes from a highly rich and influential family, even though she is wheelchair-bound. Now, her position should be revoked because she is a burden to everyone. Finally, the critical girl says that she only defends the girl because she is rich and hopes that when this is over, she will have some reward for supporting this wheelchair-bound person so much. Upon hearing all this argument, Shinshin cries. After so much hatred, one of the girls leaves the crowd, walks among them, and goes to Shinshin and says they should be friends too. This girl only thought about the advantages she could have after the apocalypse. Everyone's discussion is interrupted when a window falls in the gymnasium. Suddenly, a giant paw appears through the window and grabs one of the people and drags them out of the window. It's so big that it can fit the person's entire body in its paw. The monster is a giant cat, licking its prey. It manages to fit it entirely into its mouth. Everyone screams from inside the gym, seeing this gruesome scene as they run quickly. Shinshin and her friend are left behind because of the wheelchair. They go to the door trying, but it's locked. The cat breaks the window and jumps inside with its prey still in its mouth, only half of it in front of everyone. It takes it out and finishes eating only the head and discards the body. It jumps in front of the other students as if it's intimidating them all. One of the students goes to Shinshin and pushes her forward, causing her to fall defenseless in front of the cat. Her friend, scared, wonders if she should save her. Shinshin, in front of the giant feline, is about to be the next to die. One of the students, noticing that the cat was distracted, tries to run out out of the gym next to it. The cat, noticing the movement, changes its focus from Shinshin and crushes its prey on the ground. They try to crawl back, asking for help. The cat turns its attention to the other students. Then, her friend goes after her, trying to help her. The students behind say that the cat seems to like objects that are in motion. Shinshin seemed dead on the ground, so it ignored her. The same student shouts, "The cat is distracted now. Everyone run to the exit." They look back. The first hit student is lying on the ground, asking for help. They only say that for some to survive, others have to be sacrificed. As they run, the injured student remains motionless and says that if it depends on him, everyone will die with him. The cat turns its attention to the other students who are running and begins to crush other people. While the cat only played with its prey in its paws, its tail also managed to crush some students. One student screams in despair for help. Luckily for everyone, their teacher returns to the gym door. This is enough to get the cat's attention. That sword she feels is dangerous. The teacher tries to attack the cat, and it simply runs away. The cat knows the teacher is different and dangerous. So, the feline simply grabs one of the fallen prey and runs away. The teacher on guard duty goes to the exit and realizes that the cat really left, leaving giant tracks in the snow. It seems that the creature couldn't defeat the teacher, so something isn't normal about her. If she stayed here all the time, there would be no risk of attack, but she has to leave the gym to get food for them. And when this happens, the mutant cat attacks the gym. Among the victims and the wounded, the student who was previously arguing with Shinshin complains again. Why didn't this wheelchair-bound girl die in the attack? Every time this wheelchair-bound girl survives. How is that possible? A boy intervenes, saying it's okay. The teacher brought food. The cat left. He tries to give food to Shinshin, but the girl steps in, saying no. She doesn't deserve it. She's just dead weight. The teacher, tired of so much fighting and having to go outside to get food for everyone, doesn't interfere. She says that as long as they don't kill each other, she doesn't need to do anything. Let them fight. She needs to rest. Another girl, in despair, shouts, saying the world has ended. Why do they have to fight? There's no hope anymore. Everyone will die equally. Another student says no. He can save everyone. His father is an important leader of a very powerful company. Surely he will come to save them. Meanwhile, the protagonist arrived with his partners near the rescue site. Looking around, everything is covered in snow. How will they find the exact location of the academy? It seems everything is under the snow. Trying to call the girl, she doesn't answer. There's no signal. So, they'll have to search another way. The protagonist says that splitting up would be faster, but since there's a monster out there, they'll go together. This monster might be out there and defeat them separately, but not together. The girl has survived 2 months around here. A little longer won't be a problem. They return to the car and continue driving through the college campus until they find a building that isn't buried. Maybe they can access down there through here. According to the GPS, this is the astronomy center of the college. The dorms and cafeteria are north of here. It's not at this location, but if they enter through here, they can walk through the college. However, there's a risk of ice structures collapsing on them, so it's too dangerous to try. Before he finishes saying it's not safe, Chun was there trying to get into the place, and Uncle Yu was pushing him. Lucky for him, he's too big and couldn't get in. Zhang Yi notices a creature approaching. As he points his gun, he discovers it's a giant cat. The monster stood in front of him and didn't attack, even with him pointing a gun at it. Perhaps the creature has some kind of reasoning, said the protagonist. However, when Uncle Yu and the chubby guy returned, the first thing they did was attack the creature. In response, the cat became aggressive and attacked them. With no choice now, Zhang Yi decided he should attack too. With his body reinforcement power, he jumped over the creature and shot it in the head. He landed with great style behind it. Even with the shot, the creature kept advancing. Uncle Yu stood in front of the chubby guy, attacking with his body reinforcement power. A yellow light covered his body. He delivered a powerful punch to the cat's head. Even the ice structures below them were destroyed by the impact. With that, the cat staggered back from the blow, and Zhang Yi watched it, asking if this is a cat that grew up. Using his more powerful precision rifle now, he shoots the cat and wounds its face. The creature, angry, now turns into a ball of fur and rolls toward him. Terrified, Zhang Yi thinks the best alternative would be to make it go into his dimensional storage space. Due to its speed, maybe it would be possible, but the cat, sensing the danger, changed its course and escaped from the dangerous trap and headed toward the snow mountain. It made a loud impact noise and disappeared. Quickly it emerged from another hole and stayed at a distance, looking at them, roaring as if it were angry. Drawing everyone's attention, the cat showed its backside as if mocking them and left. Uncle and the chubby guy wonder if the cat seemed like it was cursing them, as if it were a human being. They don't understand how the cat could be so big and capable of creating these passages so quickly. The otaku says that if this cat is here hunting like this, there shouldn't be any survivors alive in this school. However, Zhang Yi recounts that the cat, when it approached, wasn't aggressive and didn't seem like it was going to attack. Only after Chun and Uncle Yu attacked did the cat become aggressive. Zhang Yi asserts that this creature must have undergone some kind of mutation that made it quiet giant and somewhat intelligent because the cats seem to be aware of its actions. They observe the tunnel it dug and decide to descend through them. If this cat attacks the academy where the students are, following its trail is likely to lead them to where its easier prey reside. At the bottom of the hole, there are several bifurcations, various other holes that lead to places they do not know. They do not know the right path to follow and also run the risk of getting lost. Zhang Yi takes something from his dimensional storage that he can use to mark the path they follow so they can find their way back. They smell blood and decide that's where they should go. Zhang Yi questions if Chun is afraid. They are 3 against just 1 feline. The cat stands no chance. Additionally, he draws his desert eagle from his dimensional storage. This will be an efficient weapon. Uncle Yu, being a former veteran, recognizes and appreciates this beauty. Being more experienced, Uncle Yu goes ahead to lead. Back inside the gym, the teacher stands guard, waiting to see if the monster will return. She is exhausted, having not slept for days, to stand guard and fetch food for her students. Even though the teacher seems exhausted, the children complain that the food has run out again. The teacher should go out to look for more food for them. She questions what is better. If she goes out now, the creature might come back and attack. The student's response is that she should go as quickly as possible and try to come back faster with the food. The woman almost loses her patience, but keeps herself under control.